You are listening to Darbe Nokes, the Credit Gal, on hometown station AM 1220 KHTS, and I have had the pleasure of talking to Dave Babiracki with Pacific Shore Realty Incorporated. 27 years in the industry. We were talking about in the last segment about before the break about the buyer assistant program. We talked about communicating, having, sitting there wanting to buy. Maybe bad things happened to you. You had to get out of a home, going to an apartment or a condo that you're paying rent on, and you want to buy a home, right, Dave? But you are scared, and you don't know if you could even qualify to buy a home. But we were talking about that at the break, that all you've got to do is pick up the phone, right? Because if you will do a credit analysis, right?
Absolutely.
You'll do a credit analysis. You'll let them know with their income and what's going on with them and all the questions that you ask, and 27 years of experience. I keep saying that because it's important. You will let them know where they are, what they can afford, are they ready, all the above. It doesn't mean that they have to buy from anybody today, but it just means that they're going to be in the best place they can be in. Instead of giving money to other people, they're going to actually give it, for an investment, which is usually your number one investment, right, is your home.
Right, and I think people have to understand, if you're renting, you're probably paying somebody else's mortgage. You'd be better off paying your own mortgage almost in 99% of the time. But to do nothing, and a lot of people say, well, I always ask people, well, if you could buy a house, would you buy a house? Well, yeah. Well, let me show you how you could.
And that's all you want to do.
And that's all I want. And the things that we offer are so different. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions in the real estate industry, or with the public about the real estate industry, is that we're all the same. But no, we can do things that are completely different and better than our competition. And I say that with all confidence, because there's things that we can do to get people in a position that
and save them a ton of money. Like you were just giving me an example. You were saying, depending on the price of the home, not only are you going to save on those fees, obviously, in the buyer assistant program, the fees, but you were saying, but on the interest. I mean,
well, no, it's like if I showed you how you could save 3 to 5% on your next home purchase. Now, 3 to 5% on a $500,000 house is somewhere between $15,000 to $25,000. Now, wouldn't you want to save that money?
Of course I would. Why would I want to give it away?
You make money in real estate buying right up front, and there's some things that we can do to show you where those best properties are, to get the best values, having the right agents, and that's what I say with all sincerity, that all real estate agents aren't created equal. They are not. And because I've trained my agents, and we have a lot more information that's available to us, and that we're able to do things that other people can't. And I'm going to give our number, our toll-free number again. It's 888-308-6979. It starts with picking up the phone and getting some information so that we could help. First of all, if we have to do the credit restoration, let's set that up so that you get that done. And then also putting you in touch with what your needs are and what you are going to need to do to be in a position to buy. And I'm telling you, we will save you a ton of money.
And to me, it's like, people, we've just been beaten up. You're really offering them a wonderful solution to be a homeowner, to have the ability to, pay their own mortgage, not pay somebody else's mortgage, to be able to be in a better spot. There's so many tax advantages of owning your own home and things of that nature. And, yes, the income and credit does, right, Dave, come in the way. But how do you know that unless you call? And, yes, we were talking earlier, it's stabilized. You were talking about the market being stabilized and that, you can buy, you can sell. It's a good market. I mean, it's looking better, right, than it has been in many years. It's looking better.
Well, there's going to be a lot more real estate transactions as there are more properties to sell. But there's also, we're able to help people more, and there are laws that allow us to make sure we clean up the credit, get stuff done, and make sure that we're able to help people in a real positive way, in a life-changing way. The call is free, but not making the call could cost you thousands of dollars. Once again, the number is 308-6979, and we look forward to hearing from you.
I love it, Dave. You know, it's been wonderful. I learned so much with you every week that you're on the show. And what I do know is that I'm going to share this with so many because I think it's so important. Once again, people just think they don't have the ability, even though they have a good job, have a good income coming in. They might have had bad things happen to them. They think they have no choice. They think they're kind of beaten up. They're like, well, I'll just pay rent. I'm making good money, so what does it matter? Well, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to pay the big banks and corporations. I want to keep that money for me because, we never talk about, like, what happens, when we retire, right? So you have been listening to Darbe Nokes, the Credit Gal, with your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I've had Dave Babiracki on the show with Pacific Shores Realty Incorporated. Thank you so much for listening in.